To confirm if you are having the energy of fullness, try answering the following question. Do you share to be loved, or are you sharing because of love? The question still confuses you, doesn't it? Let's imagine. When you have good intentions to lend someone money, your inner world will have two developments. One of them is that you find yourself financially sufficient and have a spare fund available to help those around you. So it will be easy for you to give away some money. Do you know why? Because you already have enough and you are ready to give. At that point, you really don't expect anything in return when giving people something. You don't give to make yourself satisfied and worthy. Sharing to be loved and receive something in return is a negative thought. The result will be unsatisfactory with a desiring mind. Sharing because of love to accumulate merit is a positive thought. The result will be as wishful with an unexpecting mind. Sharing because of love happens when you already have enough energy of fullness from within. Sharing to be loved occurs when you are lacking love and recognition from the outside. You are just trying to share to be loved back. Such love is not long-lasting, and at some point, you will turn to blame the person you think you are in love with. It's a paradox, isn't it? The key to having fullness is to attain the right state of awareness and emotion. We can use the triangle of reality to gain a better understanding of this state. It consists of three elements: information, energy, and materials. To learn more, review Lesson 4 of the foundation class of the course Understanding Inner Self, Creating Happiness. The information of fullness is being aware and feeling inner peace without clinging to needs and desires. The energy of fullness is to be content, tolerant, and grateful for all things. And the material of fullness, or the indication of people with fullness, is that they easily attract what they desire. Now we will begin to analyze the information of fullness. The information of fullness is the awareness status and inner emotional state free from attachment to needs or desires. So how do we detach ourselves from our needs or desires? First, we need to clarify our needs and desires. According to the reference system of human structure, human needs correspond to three layers of core, nature, and feeling. The highest need is peacefulness at the layer core. In the layers of nature and feeling, we are driven by greed and imagination of wealth, beauty, fame, eating, and sleeping. Each person will have different degrees of greed and imagination. In other words, you need to feel and clarify your own needs from within, and proactively achieve those yourself. More importantly, you must take 100% responsibility for meeting those needs by yourself, and do not expect others to make them happen. We call this self-love. Let's slow down a bit. I would like to repeat, the key here is that you must take 100% responsibility for meeting those needs by yourself, and do not expect others to make them happen. A person with fullness has no requirements from others, or even gods. The energy of fullness is to be happy with all things, tolerant of all things, and respectfully grateful for all things. You have already learned these three concepts in the course of Understanding Inner Self, Creating Happiness. Then why is a person with fullness someone who has the energy of inner peace, tolerance, and appreciation, gratitude? Inner peace will be obtained on the foundation of tolerance. Tolerance will be generated on the basis of appreciation and gratitude. These three elements will inherit one another. So we will begin to build the energy of fullness starting from the foundation of appreciation and gratitude. But why do we have to have appreciation and gratitude to achieve fullness? You may have heard the saying that people only appreciate the things they've lost. That's because we often take what we have for granted. For example, it's obvious that we have hands or any other part of our bodies. We often don't take them seriously until accidents happen that cause them damage or loss. If you regularly look at yourself, appreciate what you have, and take note of what you have or have done, then the obviousness will disappear. When it disappears, you will find that you have a lot of precious things such as yourself, material things, feelings, and relationships. Then you will stop your greed and imagination, or screaming for things that come from the outside. For example, if you appreciate the skin you have, you will focus on caring for and cherishing it more from the inside. It means you will take more care of your skin health instead of imagining and chasing for a brighter, smoother, and nicer skin like the models on the billboards at all costs. The focus of the fullness energy is to remove the obviousness. Therefore, from now on, start to self-reflect, look at yourself in the mirror every day, and observe things you have and people around you. Do you find yourself, what you have, and the people around you wonderful? Do you consider yourself lucky to have all of these? If so, congratulations to you because you've touched the energy of fullness. The material of fullness is the indication of people that can attract what they desire. When there is enough information and energy, the material will change. In other words, if you have perfected the information and energy angles of fullness, the materials will change. It means you will be able to attract what you want, even when you do not have enough resources to achieve it. How do people with inner fullness attract what they want even when they do not have enough resources? If you still have doubts, we will analyze and clarify this together. We have learned in the course of understanding inner self-creating happiness that when we have a wish or desire for something in mind, it basically already exists in our subconscious. In other words, it has been prescribed in our total karma, including total intellectual karma, condition karma, and effect karma. What you want is the effect karma in the total karma, but it has not yet been shown. If you can manage your inner electromagnetic vibrational frequency towards the yang, or the positive energy, then somehow you can activate intellectual karma and condition karma to help achieve the effect karma that you desire. To stimulate intellectual karma, you must clarify what you want through training and practicing through your daily hearing, seeing, saying, and knowing. You can apply the root cause formula of life and the triangle of reality to practice this. In other words, if we want to change the external results, we must change the mental image and clarify the information angle of the reality we want to achieve. The inner image will determine the outcome and the outside world. That is to say, changing your mental image will change your life. To stimulate condition karma, you need to treat everyone around you with a mental state of peacefulness, tolerance, and gratitude. It will make more people come to help you accomplish what you want. In Buddhist terms, you must accumulate merit and virtue. You may have noticed that the way you stimulate the above intellectual karma and condition karma is the same way as you clarify what you want and actively respond to your need, as well as cultivate a mental state of peacefulness, tolerance, and gratitude in the reality triangle of fullness. Then the desired effect karma will bloom faster. That is also the magic of the full state, and it explains why people with fullness from within will attract desired things. You also need to note that having a wish in mind differs from desire for something. Having a wish in mind for something means you want it with an inherent full mental state. It would still be fine if the current results are not as expected. Desiring for something is wanting it so badly that you will be extremely disappointed and resentful if you don't get it. Therefore, you should have a wish in mind rather than desire for it. Our lesson about the full formula of love is over. Thank you very much for taking the time to absorb this knowledge. I believe that understanding the fullness formula will help you love more sustainably and live a life filled with love. It's unimaginably magnificent. If you also have the same feeling, let's join hands to spread this knowledge with your friends. See you in the next lesson with the topic of 4 levels of love, and don't forget to share your well-engraved lessons below this video.